the tribal people of this country account for about 7% of the population. But they account for about 65% of all people who have been displaced by developmental projects. And out of this, all people who have been displaced, as many as closer to about 80% of the people who have not been rehabilitated or resettled properly. I think this is our record on displacement and rehabilitation. We use 1894 Land Acquisition Act to acquire land. Worse still, the Coal Act, we could have acquired the land or allocated the land or earmarked the land in 1950s, but if you use the land today, you pay by 1950s standards. I think it's high time that the nation state took some understanding about how you deal with these outdated laws and what was the instruments fundamentally useful for the colonial system cannot be used in a democratic context as we live with. The Commission on Unorganized Sector, the Arjun Sengupta Committee, said that about 86% of the tribal people are absolutely poor, are marginal, are vulnerable. We are dealing with a population group which is absolutely poor and for whom the lands and livelihoods they possess is fundamentally the important source of their sustenance. And if you were to look at our history of rehabilitation, there is nothing people can go by that justice will be done to them. You know, if justice were not done when you acquired land for the public sector, using the public purpose clause for acquiring land, where we took about 10, 15, 20 years for industries and processes to come up, even in those contexts we haven't resettled people, and you are dealing with the private sector for whom money is time, where the time between notification and acquisition and displacement is far limited. And our nation state has never demonstrated that it can actually do justice to people. I think we are dealing with gross injustice that is done to the tribal people as such. The Australians learned lessons from Americans. You know, you cannot annihilate tribal people to create a prosperity for one group of people. So they use the prior informed consent in northern territories, whereby tribal people must give consent before you take up their land. The Filipinos have the prior informed consent, so do the Canadians. When would you learn in the sense that we do talk to our people, we do take their consent, we do make the tribal people as partners in development. They are giving up their land. Why can't tribal people be partners in development like the Northern Territories do, like the Canadians do to their First Nation people actually? So the issue is one of, are we talking to our people? Are the rights of the tribal people to their land, you know, whether their rights are being pitted against the rights of Indians for, you know, all these necessities. I think the trouble is that we don't talk to our people, and they don't count actually. So injustice at the end of the day results in so many discontents, and that's one of the manifestation is what you see today at this particular point in time. It's very important that we realize how we locate the tribal people and why the situation that has come up to this particular point in time, and we needed to take action actually. And I think the reason why we came here to talk to all of us is that we needed to be appreciative of, and we should be able to have the power to talk to the power. You know, are we able to, or do we have the courage to talk to the power as to see that justice must be and should be done to the tribal people, so that, you know, you don't move into the vigilante side of dealing with people, pitting one tribal group against another. At the end of the day, they pay the price for somebody's development. Thank you very much for this opportunity.